Gracias por la invitación a Málaga y gracias por venir esta noche para ver mi película. Me faltan las palabras para hacer esta presentación en español, entonces voy a cambiar en inglés. So Trapped is my first feature film, and I'm from Switzerland, and in our country it's very, very, very difficult to get money from the government for the first film. So, and it's a little bit even more difficult when you make a film with no relation to Switzerland, so no Alps and cows and chocolate, if you want to do something else. I tried a lot of different things with Trapped. We tried crowdfunding, we tried another way of financing a film. You will see that we used only natural light, like moon, sun, fire, torches. We didn't have any light at all. We made this film with 5 people only, so and had one location and had 3 actors from London, from the UK. The reason I like to show Trapped at festivals is because I want to encourage other young filmmakers. You know, if they have problems to fund their film, just to do it and to find another way. I think there are a lot of small inspirations, but I think they come mostly of my personal surroundings. So I love nature. You know, when I was a little boy, I spent weeks in the woods, Boy Scouts and camps and stuff. I think it's a little bit inspired by friendship things, but there's no book or no film. It just somehow happened. The interesting thing about this girl is that she could be everything, you know. I love metaphors. There are a lot of metaphors in these films, like traps. I see a lot of things in this girl too, you know. I don't want to lead in one direction. I think at the end she's a realistic person. She's really there, but she's also a fairy, you know, from fairy tales. She's also very dangerous. You never know what she is, and I'd love to play around with her, with this character, throughout the movie, because she changes all the time, and you never know, oh, she's a vampire, she's going to eat everybody, you know, so I wanted to leave it open until the very, very end. So for me, she's a lot of things. Maybe one thing to add, and it also fits for the boys, I think I tried not to explain too much, because I think it's interesting for the audience to see different things, and it also goes for the boys. So I think you never really know what past the boys have, you know, how they are related. So I love to play around with those things and leave some room for the audience to think. Yes, I think it's a very risky film. It's really, you know, because it has to work to move between those genres, because you have to drag the audience in. So it was sometimes very tricky. But we had a proper script, so I had a screenplay, but I let the actors a lot of room for improvisation, so we really had to work it out, but I had to be careful that the overall plan is going into the right directions. I cannot tell that I want to stick to this genre, like thriller, because I'm interested in a lot of things. So my next film is not really a comedy, but it's funnier, I think. So since this is my first film, I want to try out different things. Right now I'm working on a very personal story, so this will be funnier. So I would like to try a couple of things, and then maybe I can see, okay, I have no talent for comedy, I have a little talent for thriller, and then I can decide. Well, I mean, low budget, everybody takes low budget as something bad. I really love low budget because normally I do corporate films for companies, and it's always very big, you know. You work with a lot of equipment, and at the end of the day you just don't have enough time for the actors. So for me, this kind of work was very creative because more time went into the actors, so we had really enough time to rehearse the scenes before we shot them. So I found it very very nice to work that way. Well, this is an easy question. I'm working on new projects right now. I love feature film. I really love feature film, but I cannot live with feature films. So I have to work, I have to do something else. And I love corporate films, it's very interesting. And the good thing is when you, on a daily basis, work with corporate films, you get a lot of praxis.